at the Niagara Children's Center. Sheena, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me this morning.
Somebody's in a cheery mood, darn it. Let me talk to you a little bit about what you do. When you say social worker, what does that mean, Sheena?
Yeah, sometimes people confuse what that might mean, but social work at the Children's Center means for us that we're here for our families in a supportive fashion. So anything that the families might need, from talking about what's going on, support throughout the therapy session, support after receiving a diagnosis, support connecting with other community partners in our community or beyond, is really what we're here for. We're here for our families first. In any sort of
Yeah, we kind of forget, don't we, when we talk about all of the physical issues, developmental delays, communicative, whatever the case may be. There are emotional things attached to this as well. The kids and the families have all of these emotional issues that are tied up in this, because some of them may just be finding out a diagnosis, may be confused, and they need somebody to talk to.
Yeah, and the nice thing, too, with social work is that we're connected throughout their time. Often when they come in with teen services, or if they come and see any of our clinics that are available with our doctors. And then if a referral needs to be made while they're at the center receiving speech therapy, we're always there to support them through that as well.
What has it been? I know this is such a typical question from the media at 2022, but what's the last 2 years been like for you? How has it affected what you do? How has it affected the families who are coming to you, Sheena?
Sure, yeah. And it might be a typical question, but it certainly is a valuable one. One of the things that we had to do was, obviously, like everyone, readjust how we provide support. So for us as social work, we jumped on the phones and we, learned Zoom like everybody else and practiced doing our sessions with families over Zoom and over the phone, which for some families actually turned out to be quite a benefit for them, because they could then be in their own home, maybe while somebody's napping and answering calls from us and getting the support they need still. So really just engaging in those phone calls is really helpful for us.
How have you looked at it, Sheena, yourself? Do you prefer online meetings? Do you prefer in person? Does it depend on the situation?
Yeah, I think it would really depend on the family and the situation, because I really take the lead from the family. So if families prefer an in-person conversation, then I would definitely bring them in now, because we can. Or, if it's easier for families, because of the barriers in our world, transportation, weather, distance, sometimes Fort Erie is quite far, other kids, then I'd love to offer them that opportunity to meet over Zoom so we can still sort of have a face-to-face, or over the phone if that's easier for them as well.
Do you still find people say to you, I didn't know this was here. I didn't know that the help that I needed was available in Niagara, that I thought I had to go to Hamilton, I thought I had to go to TO. Do you still get a lot of that, Sheena?
I wouldn't say a lot on my end as the social worker, but what I do find is that people didn't realize that they wouldn't be left alone after they started this process.
Right.
So they thought it was much like any typical physio appointment or occupational therapy appointment, where they would come in, receive the service, and leave. But with us, they didn't know social work existed, right, until they came to the center, which is really nice, because then they just, receive that extra hand or that extra ear to listen during an appointment and follow up with them after.
Has your caseload gone up over the last little while?
That's a good question. I feel like we're lucky that our caseload, it certainly has, I believe our wait list has, but we try and keep our caseloads at a number that makes sense, so that we can give a good service to every family. But yeah, I'm sure our wait list is climbing.
Well, therein lies the problem, right? Because there are so many families out there who need help, who have just had a diagnosis, or maybe they're waiting on a diagnosis. They know something's wrong. They don't know what it is, and they want to get into the Children's Center. And the wait list is there simply because so many people are looking for help, and people can help right now. Talk to them right now. Sheena, tell people how they can get involved, how they can find you.
Absolutely. Yeah, come call the Children's Center if you like. You can find us across the street from Brock University beside Hotel du Shaver. You can also come to our website and call and make your own self-referral to the center through our referral process online. And if you feel like you have any concerns with your little ones, please do come and connect with us, and we'll do our best to support you through this.
Sheena, what a pleasure to talk to you this morning. Thanks for
Thank you, Tom.
being so cheery this morning. That's great.